All right, we're on the clock.
All right. We'll go live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Class and joined by
Jabron.
Oh, the parlay, a parlay pounder.
You got it.
And we had to bring a guest back to the show, a returning guest, a returning guy, when he's not out changing the world for the better, building bridges, literal bridges outside of Omaha, the Fremont, Nebraska area. Skylar herself. Skylar, thanks for joining the show.
Good to be here, Andy.
Yeah.
You betcha. You bet. And that's a true story. This guy builds
bridges. And guess what? He watches a lot of hockey as well.
That's a perfect segue because I think we're going to talk NHL. We got the finals here.
Yeah.
The Stanley Cup, the one they're all talking about here. And this should be a very fun, kind of a surprising matchup here.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but when I think of hockey, I think Las Vegas, Nevada. I think Florida,
Miami, Tampa Bay. Those are the hockey towns that really seem to grab them.
Those are your traditional northeastern towns. Yep. So, and that's what we got here. Well, lucky for us, that's what we got. We got the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Back to the Cup finals. Their first year they made it back in 2017, 2018. They're back now. And the Florida Panthers, a huge long shot, but give them their due. After getting by the Boston Bruins, they've been on a tear.
No, exactly.
I mean, they have been destroying teams.
They have been.
I'm looking at a plus 115 here in game one for Florida, minus 135. So the Golden Knights are your minus 135 favorites. Over under sitting at that 5 goals. Square on that 5 goals. Jabron, let's start with you. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, this kind of really just mirrors the NBA finals.
It does.
Literally, with the Florida Panthers being the Miami Heat and the Vegas Golden Knights being one of the better teams all the year, just like the Denver Nuggets. These two clubs began the postseason at opposite end of the spectrum, just like we said. The Panthers are a scrappy underdog team who just squeaked into the playoffs as a wild card team. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights finished atop the Western Conference and look to win its first Stanley Cup, like you were just alluding to. As great as the Panthers have been, though, in the postseason, winning in Sin City won't be easy. They've dropped each of their last 5 road games against the Golden Knights, losing all but one of those contests by a multi-goal margin. So it's a tough place to play, but Florida really, really has been stepping it up as of late. But if I had to go game one, you got to go with the home team, the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, okay, all right. But the Florida Panthers have some rest here on their side. I know they're not at home, though. Skylar, where are you at?
I really like the Panthers.
There you go.
It's really, like you said, I'm glad that you said and mentioned that it is really, really hard to play in Vegas.
For sure.
Those guys get up.
They do.
Games, and especially for the Stanley Cup Final, they're going to get up. But there's a couple key players for this Florida team that you guys got to keep your eye on, and it is Matthew Tkachuk. He had that late last second goal to put them in to the Stanley Cup Final. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but I mean, he's a big time player. I mean, he's gonna get goals in this series. He's gonna really, they're gonna really work through him as their main scoring guy. Look for Alexander Barkov. He's been kind of a sleeper guy in this last series. Hasn't been scoring much, but he's gonna really get the puck a lot. And I think they're gonna pull it out. And I do actually like the over on goals in this.
You like the over?
I like the over on goals in this matchup.
And I really was going to put that as my best bet of the game is the over in this game. The Panthers are going to push and test the opposition. They're no slouches like I was just alluding to, but the Golden Knights are deep enough to withstand the storm, and they are just going to I believe they're going to score out. And another one that you got to look at, Andy, is that both oppositions are sitting at over 2.5 goals, whichever way that you go for it. Either you want the Panthers to go over 2.5, which is at a minus 135, or the Vegas Knights at a minus 170 for over 2.5 goals. I think these are both very good bets because I think this actually pushes to 7 goals. So overall, I really like the over. Like you said, sitting at 5.5. If you can get it at 5, smack it because that is going over for sure. And everybody's saying playoff hockey is going to be tight. Not this one in Vegas, baby. Oh. They're out there to play. It's going to be high scoring.
Uh-huh.
I think
the bright lights going to be a lot of fun.
I got it.
Because like all my hockey guys that I'm listening to, all these articles I'm reading, they're saying, oh, the Golden Knights are so big, they're so physical, their defense, the multiple lines, and here you guys are saying they're going to shred it. The Panthers are going to shred them. They're going to score.
I'm not saying they're going to shred them, but everybody in every round so far has been saying the Florida Panthers are small. They're not going to be able to score on the opponent.
Right.
And guess what's happened? They can score. Well, they're meant to be there.
They're on a tear.
But Vegas can score as well. So that's why I'm taking that over. I really think the Vegas Knights get this 4-2. So
you like that over as well there, Skyler?
Yeah, I like the over on total goals, but I do think Panthers do end up winning this game.
There we go.
I love the Panthers the whole way around. Ever since they did what they did to Boston, I love that comeback and that story and like I said with Tkachuk and Barkov, those two guys. I mean, they're a dynamic duo out there, and it is must-see TV, and you guys need to get out there and watch that.
Tkachuk has 21 points in 16 playoff games. He leads the team, 9 goals, 12 assists. So, he's been tearing it up. I also think that both of these goalies, kind of unsung heroes for really both these teams.
Absolutely are.
And maybe I've been listening to too much of that defensive talk there. So I'm kind of shied away from those goals. I mean, that's what everybody wants to see. It's what you expect to see in Las Vegas. And the Florida Panthers have been bucking the trend the entire time since that Boston series. Somehow coming back, weren't they down 3-1?
Yeah, they were down 3-1 in that series, and they ended up coming back. And like you said, with Barkov playing the way he is behind that, and with that net behind him, man, he's been playing good. I just think with Vegas, the way they score, I like the over on goals.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got guys like Marshall on Vegas and Eichel really going, I mean, they're scoring goals. They're coming out. They're scoring goals.
Yeah. So all these games are going to be on TNT. People will be able to see them. The first one that we're talking about is going to be Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yep.
Any other in-game bets that you guys are looking at all?
Well, for
Player
sure.
Props? What are you looking
at
at
I got a parlay that's going to smack Andy. I really do.
Okay.
And it's plus 400 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Las Vegas Golden Knights winning.
Okay.
Las Vegas Golden Knights winning per period.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Jack Eichel, anytime goal scorer. This guy is the heartbeat for the Vegas Knights. If they want to win, he's got to score. And, this is a small play. $25, Andy, and you can return 1.5 on the parlay. Like I said, plus 400 parlay. You can get that at DraftKings anywhere you want to. Check it out over the bridge, all that kind of stuff. But I really think Vegas will hold home ice or home court, as you would say.
Arena.
But, no, do not count the Panthers out in this series, Andy. They're at a plus one. You can tell how
tight it is.
How close Vegas is keeping this to the chest because they're only a plus 100 to win this series, and this is a wild card team against one of the best teams in all of the NHL. So you can tell how much Florida has turned that line at just a plus 100 to win this series.
Well, what's I think is books are getting tired of getting beat up by guys like Skyler that are betting on the Florida Panthers here. So you're starting to see the market kind of shift its way back, and that's why you're at that plus 115 right now for the Florida Panthers. And you're right about Eichel. He leads them in playoff scoring.
No doubt.
6 goals, 12 assists for a total of 17 during 17 playoff games thus far. And another thing that I've been hearing and been reading is just how balanced the Golden Knights are. And for me, that I don't follow the NHL from game to game, all games, all season long. The playoffs are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They really are. But then I lean on people that have been watching.
Yeah.
And I take what they say, kind of serious.
No doubt.
And when they say that the Knights are a complete and balanced team, I'm listening to that. But the Florida Panthers, you can't deny this run that they're on.
It's the run, baby.
Sometimes that happens.
It works.
Why is that happening, Skyler?
They're just playing really good hockey, and I said though earlier, Bobrovsky, with him playing how he's playing, protecting that net back there, dude. He is playing out of his mind. And I mean, he hasn't been like a spectacular goalie like forever. This is just kind of been along with the run.
Yeah,
people getting funks. It's what happens. But I do believe Vegas gets the home win, game 1.
You got game 1. You got Vegas. You got the Panthers winning.
Yes.
I like the parlay play there from the Parlay Pounder. I'm going with the Knights as well with the 135. I'm hesitant after listening to you two guys taking the under on those 5 total goals. I thought that might have been one of the better bets out there.
Go over.
How defensive-minded these two teams
This is where's the line. We always hit the over for
overs
sure.
Are fun.
Overs are fun.
Real men bet the over.
That's true.
Yes, sir.
And then Andy will take it.
And then you'll win the money. Yeah.
Well, Tyler, we had a lot of fun here. Would you mind coming back for one more?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
love it.
We got to talk a little UFC here.
UFC, and
UFC Fight Night.
That's right up Skylar's alley as well. So
there we go. Well, let's take a quick minute here to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Stock and Rod Clothing Company, an outdoor lifestyle brand for those seeking adventure. Whether it's hunting, fishing, hiking, they got you covered. Visit Stock and Rod, all one word, StockandRod.com to get your wild game on. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is WTL.
Perfect. Good job.
This is what I have.
2 goal scorers. That's That's